Hey everybody, this is Pete Hughes, the Director of Adaptive Athletics at the University of Arizona. Very excited to announce that in 2024, the University of Arizona Adaptive Athletics program will start recruiting for sledge hockey. If you have not seen this sport, you should watch it at the Paralympics. It's coming up. The Team USA is trying for their fourth straight gold medal. It's an amazing sport. And they have just announced in Tucson the building of an Iceplex, which is 3 rinks, and the inclusion of sled hockey. So we will be able to offer scholarships to people with disabilities that love sled hockey. Can't be more excited about it. For more details, please feel free to contact me or my department.
Good afternoon, all, and welcome to this very, very exciting day for the future of not only Arizona hockey, but certainly the students of the University of Arizona as well. My name is Troy Vaughn, and I have the honor to be the Director of Campus Recreation here for the University of Arizona. Wow. It has taken many years and many turns and many roads to get to this day finally. While we're excited about discussing the incredible state-of-the-art facility that's going to be shown here that'll be used starting in 2024, I'm truly blessed to briefly tell our story for just a moment. It's been an over 40-year journey to get here, and there certainly have been highs, lows, good times, and bad times as well. There are so many people to thank along the road of this journey. People like Tim Gasson, our longtime media professional who gave countless years of time, effort, knowledge for the many people that were associated with Arizona hockey for the years. And Tim passed away in 2019, but I know if he was here today and he's looking down on us right now, he would be very proud. I know his family's proud watching right now on Facebook Live. It's about people like Jeremy Goltz. Jeremy is one of the best hockey players the university has ever seen and is being honored tomorrow night with the retirement of his jersey that's going to hang in the rafters of the TCC. And soon that jersey is going to be hanging in the rafters of the Iceplex. It's about people like Shane Fossil, an active alumnus who's here with us today. Shane is a former player, but has a great impact to the university and hockey, and has been assisting us in the development of a future women's club team that's going to be a part of this facility as well. It's about the hundreds of players, some of which are with us today. It's about the dedicated fans, the season ticket holders, and those that have sacrificed for years and years to get us to this point. They are truly part of this long, continuing, and successful story that we have here with Arizona hockey. But most of all, it's about the students, because without them, we would truly be nothing at all. Our students are the ones that benefit from all of this. They're recreational participants, they're employees, they're fans, they're going to be volunteers, and yet there are going to be some players amongst them as well. But a bit more about that here in a few minutes. Our university president is known for his passion for athletics on this campus. Many weeks ago, I met with President Robbins to discuss the aspects of this facility, and immediately I saw the passion on his face was evident. I know he is truly excited about this opportunity for our University of Arizona students. It is certainly my great honor and pleasure to introduce our president of the University of Arizona, Dr. Robert Robbins.
Thank you, Troy, for giving me just a few minutes to make a few remarks. A lot of people here. This is a lot of cameras. Hello to everyone tuning in by Facebook Live and streaming in. But as Troy said, this is something that when I heard about it, it was pretty quick to get behind this. It's an incredible story. So thank you for everything you've done, Troy. And I didn't realize 43-year history with a national championship and going to championship games in the past. Also, in addition to our men's program, our women's ice hockey program will also derive immense benefit from this facility, as well as Pete, our sled team. So I couldn't be more excited to be a part of this. Happy for you. Thank you for your leadership on this and for everyone being here today and supporting the program. I know Kendall has really been behind this as well, and so I'm hoping that that I get to last long enough to see a game in this new Iceplex, but if I don't, you'll know that I'm right behind you, being as supportive as possible. And again, thanks for all the people that made this possible and for all of you being here today. It's truly an honor for me to be part of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Robbins. Appreciate your time this afternoon with us. Next up to say a few words is the university's top advocate for students. Her work in being the #1 student advocate is known on campus and within the Tucson community. Kendall is committed to student development, student well-being, and recreation in general. Her passion for inclusivity on campus is contagious. It's with great honor and great pleasure that I introduce Kendall Washington White, our Vice Provost for Student Life and Dean of Students.
Thank you, Troy. Thank you, President Robbins. This is really an exciting time for us at the University of Arizona. And, you know, I want to acknowledge Troy because he went around the country to check out other rinks, and then we popped up with this opportunity right now, and so we're so excited about this opportunity. For me, this is really important, not just for our hockey team, but also for the neighborhood that we live in. Within 2 miles from where this is going to happen includes people from churches, the Boys and Girls Club, all these entities that will help more students, especially low-income students, to learn how to skate and to suddenly one day maybe at the Olympics. And that's what's really exciting for me. All of that is fantastic. And I'm so excited about this opportunity. And again, Troy was just trying to get it done, and you did, right, with Kent. So I am so happy to be here today, and I don't want to be long-winded here, but this is an opportunity for the university that will bring even more students to us. So thank you all so much, and have a great day.
Thank you, Kendall. Thank you for your words. You know, none of this could have been possible without the insight and the help of the Pima County and Pima County officials, some of whom are here today with us. We were brought into this possibility a couple of years ago, and it truly started with I can't remember, Carmine, a phone call or an email. And I have to share this quick story. I was pressing to try to get some information because we were looking at some options and looking at some different things, and he was great at keeping very quiet about the possibility that was forthcoming. So I'm grateful to all of you and the staff that's here today from Pima County. The county's commitment to community recreation is evident with the incredible facilities that are a part of this county. Thank you for your vision and your great insight, and we're looking forward to this adventure with you all. Over the years, the Tucson Convention Center has been the only home that Arizona Hockey has known. They've truly been a life partner with us in this ride. Their director, Glenn Grabsky, is with us today. Glenn, thank you for the years of service that you've provided and will continue to provide. We'll need another 2.5 years from you in that great facility before we move over, but we're grateful for all the work and all the effort that you provided us. Thank you so much. As we turn the page to the future, I think all of us in here know that the future is bright with development and use for countless ice-related activities starting in the fall of 2024. Here to tell us a little bit more about that is the president of Knott Development and the developer of the Mosaic Quarter, Mr. Frank Knott.
Good afternoon. I'm Frank Knott. I'm the president of Knott Development and the developer of Mosaic Quarter. Excuse me. Let me take this off. I'd like to thank President Robbins, Vice Provost Washington White, Director Vaughn, and Coach Berman for having me here today. But most importantly, I'd like to thank you for your trust and your belief in our team. As the people who work with me know, some of whom are here today, it's very hard for me to stand up here and contain myself because I couldn't be more thrilled that Arizona Hockey is coming to the Mosaic Quarter Iceplex. I can't wait, and just imagine to be one of the first 3,000 fans ushering in an entirely new era of Wildcat hockey. I couldn't be happier about that and more excited. For those of you that aren't familiar with Mosaic Quarter, it is a public-private partnership between Pima County and Knott Development. And the purpose is to complete the development of the last 90 acres of the Keno Sports and Entertainment Complex. Mosaic Quarter is bordered to the north by I-10, to the west by Keno Parkway, to the south by Benson Highway, and to the east, we sit immediately adjacent to the fabulous pickleball and long field complex the county opened in 2020. Mosaic Quarter is a focused district, lifestyle district of sport and entertainment. It's bringing a host of amenities to Tucson that balance and complement what already exists at the Keno complex. For instance, in addition to our anchor buildings, which we'll get to in a moment, Mosaic Quarter includes 3 hotels, 7 restaurant concepts, an indoor entertainment facility, and a pavilion that focuses on visual, musical, and performing arts. So to better understand Mosaic Quarter, how things work between the county and myself, our relationship with the university, it's helpful. I think there's one discrete aspect of my family's business that is applicable to all of us that are involved in this. In 1908, Henry Knott, my great-grandfather, opened our family's original construction business. And it was driven by a simple philosophy that became a standard. No job is too small that it should not be done as perfectly as humanly possible. The largest job is only the sum of thousands of small jobs, of which every detail is managed to make sure that our quality standards, which have earned the company and its family their reputations, are faithfully followed. 2 generations succeeded him, my grandfather and my father. They grew that business and abided by that principle. As the 4th generation in the business, I am beholden to them and I am beholden to that principle. As such, Knott Development seeks to partner with those who share in this mentality. As it relates to Mosaic Quarter, we don't have 1 or 2 of these types of partners. We have an entire series of them. And it all begins with our primary partner, Pima County. I'm very humbled by the partner opportunity and the partnership that the Pima County Board of Supervisors have presented to us, and also for the partnership provided by the county senior staff. Together, we have created, I believe, what is a unique public-private partnership, one that enhances county resources. And then there are those within the county senior staff that I'm most fortunate to work with. County Administrator Chuck Huckleberry, Chief Deputy Administrator Jan Lesher, who's here today, Deputy Administrator Carmine DeBonis, who's also here, and Capital Programming Director Nancy Cole, who's also here, and then who could not join us, unfortunately, Procurement Director Terry Spencer. Each of them and all of the staff that work for them embody those principles that my great-grandfather espoused. But of course, we also benefit from the efforts and the contributions of traditional development team partners, without whom Mosaic Quarter would not be possible. And that all starts with my original 3, my longstanding partners, colleagues, and friends who epitomize the core values my family holds: Hensel Phelps Construction, CTL Capital, and Phillips Realty Capital. I've been around the block a couple times in this industry. There are none finer than these 3 in their respective fields. But Mosaic Quarter is further strengthened by a whole cadre of other professionals, most of them local, and you'll recognize some of the names that are on here. This team, this collective, this is what makes Mosaic Quarter possible, with the county, Knott Development, all our professionals, and then of course the university working together. And the buildings that are so special that we have enjoyed designing and look forward to constructing are as follows: the Mosaic Quarter Fieldhouse, the Mosaic Quarter Sportsplex, those are our 2 indoor multi-sport facilities, Mosaic Quarter Stadium. Even something as benign as a parking lot becomes a piece of functional art within this team. And yes, the reason we're all here today, Mosaic Quarter Iceplex. Now, the Iceplex incorporates yet another element of a partnership. It's an anchor partner that takes my great-grandfather's focus on the construction side of the business to the building use side, and that is the University of Arizona. There are aesthetic details and program spaces in Mosaic Quarter Iceplex that would not be present if it wasn't for the watchful eyes and thoughtful suggestions of a number of university representatives, campus recreation, hockey staff, university administration, the entire senior leadership team coming together, weighing in, giving suggestions so that this could be not just the ultimate facility for the University of Arizona, but for the entire Pima County and Tucson community. So without that desire to create that unique experience, Arizona hockey's new home would not look, much less feel, the same as it does now. So President Robbins, I'm so very grateful that you and your colleagues care about the small jobs that go into a building like Mosaic Quarter Iceplex. It is no different than the care that my great-grandfather put into his work, so thank you. So let's take a look at the result of our efforts. Sitting at the center of Mosaic Quarter, the Iceplex takes the development role of visual focal point. It sheds the utilitarian design of most Iceplexes, and it adopts one of architectural prominence. With nearly 200,000 square feet of amenities, this Mosaic Quarter Iceplex isn't going to be, it is the home of ice sports in Southern Arizona. The Iceplex includes 3 rinks. As you're looking at it to your left, rinks 2 and 3, those are community-focused rinks. Our stadium rink, the university's rink, is rink 1. With 15 locker rooms to serve community-focused events, 2 party rooms, general concession stands, a full-service restaurant, there is no other place to be if you are into ice sports. In addition, the Iceplex will serve as the home of the Tucson Junior Roadrunners Youth Hockey Association and the Tucson Adult Hockey League, the 2 prominent recreational hockey leagues in this region. Also, the Iceplex will host an annual series of nationally marketed youth hockey tournaments, provide an array of learn to skate, learn to play, figure skating, hockey skills clinics. This is a community facility as it was envisioned by us, our team, and the university. Now, Arizona hockey operations will occupy the far eastern side of the building, that's the far right side, with dedicated locker rooms for each team, film review rooms, coaches' offices, flex space, and storage. And, where's Coach Berman? There is a visitor's locker room, but as a former college athlete myself, I know that has to be as uncomfortable as possible. So I promise you it will be as Spartan as I can make it. Now, the university has exclusive rights to Rink 1, our stadium rink. It seats 3,000 guests, including club and unique concourse seating options, such as high-top tables, bar rail seating. The concourse level also features full concession stands and enough area for the university to display and sell team and university merchandise. Now, the Iceplex restaurant that's on the first floor, it sits below the general concessions. That is our primary club option. Via retractable glass doors, that restaurant opens itself directly to the rink, and all the sights, all the sounds, all the action of Wildcat hockey comes alive in that unique setting. I have a feeling that that's going to be a very desirable ticket. Now, the university also has options to provide recreational programming in the stadium rink. Open skates for students, hockey camps and clinics sponsored by the coaching staff, and other university-sponsored ice events. In all, it's a ton of usage and production. Ice usage and production. And given the severe drought conditions that exist in the Southwest, we've been uniquely concerned with water usage. And so I'm pleased to announce today that through the efforts of all of my team members, especially the engineers, Mosaic Quarter Iceplex includes the capability to never touch the public water system. 100% aquifer independence. I'm extremely proud of my team for figuring out this vitally important solution. Mosaic Quarter Iceplex will open in August of 2024 as a part of phase 1 of the overall Mosaic Quarter development plan. Now, our relationship with Arizona Hockey does not end with practices and games. It extends to our philanthropic effort, the Mosaic Foundation, led by my local partner, Jeremy Bell. Our mission and goal at the Mosaic Foundation is simple, yet ambitious. We aim to break down all barriers to participation in youth sports within Pima County. And to help us do that, I'm pleased to announce the creation of a collaboration between Arizona Hockey and the Mosaic Foundation called Skate With Us. Skate With Us. It sounds like something the hockey players in here will know, that you would just kind of call it to your friends out on a frozen pond. And within this outreach program, the Mosaic Foundation will fund field trips for children of underserved communities to spend time skating with Arizona hockey players and coaches. It may sound mundane, but it's incredibly impactful. When a young child skates with an older hockey player, something special occurs. To see those little eyes dancing with excitement as a gentle giant guides them across the ice, small hands being clutched by a larger one, it's nothing less than magical. I'm pretty sure Coach Berman and his players know exactly what I'm talking about from their own experience. I've seen it with my own son, both as the young child and now as the gentle giant. It happens nowhere else in sport but on the ice, with men and women hockey players and in places like Mosaic Quarter. If you've never experienced it, I invite you to join me. I will be there every single time. Skate With Us will also enable Mosaic Foundation to identify children who want to play hockey, but for any series of reasons can't, thus helping us to fulfill our mission. And so I am profoundly grateful to the university, to Director Vaughn, and to Coach Berman, and especially the Wildcat players, current and future. I think in the discussions that Troy and Chad and I had, we know that we are going to impact in this program thousands of lives of youth in Pima County and Southern Arizona. So I'd like to conclude by doing something that I feel obligated to do, which is I don't want to offend my mother who's watching, and I don't want to offend my late grandmothers who are watching from somewhere else. And what I mean by that is you don't show up at someone else's party without bringing a gift. And so if President Robbins, Vice Provost Washington White, Chad, and Troy could come up, I have Mosaic Quarter hockey jerseys for each of you. So they're emblazoned with the Mosaic Quarter logo on the front, the Arizona Hockey logo on the back, and then 24 for everyone, since that's the year they will open. Thank you all very much.
I think you can all understand now why we're so excited, right? Unbelievable facilities and unbelievable people. Thank you, Mr. Knott. We appreciate the kind gifts for everyone today. Our last guest today has been the coach of the men's ice hockey team here at the university for the past 7 years and has been victorious in almost 70% of the games that he has coached in. I know he's worried a little bit about what player lines, and by the way, that's a hockey reference for those that may not know, he's going to be using tonight and tomorrow as we face those arch nemesis, Arizona State, tonight. And a shameless plug, tickets are available at the TCC office for tonight's game and tomorrow's game. Tanner's going to be pleasantly surprised that we announced that. So this afternoon, though, Chad gets to tell us a little bit about the impact that such a facility is going to have on his program and his players, of which some of the captains are here with us this afternoon. Please welcome Coach Chad Berman.
think I'll quote Troy Vaughn, I think I'll quote Troy when I say, wow. Just a really, really special day since day one since I got here. For real quick, I don't want to be too redundant, but I do want to make sure I thank some people. President Robbins, thank you for coming out. Kendall Washington White, Troy Vaughn for everything. I couldn't say enough. Tanner Harris, who does a ton of work for the team behind the scenes, and obviously Frank Knott. I'd also like to thank Glenn Grabsky and the entire staff at the TCC. It's been a pleasure to work there and play there. It's been a dream come true to coach in a facility like that, and hopefully we can fill your building all weekend here, but we appreciate all your efforts. I'd also like to thank Jeremy Goltz. You know, we don't want to intrude on his moment this weekend. We are retiring his jersey. That's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, so we want to thank Jeremy and his family for letting us share the big weekend with him, and we're going to have a great night with him tomorrow night, and looking forward to that. We've had many, many anonymous donors who will remain anonymous, and they know who they are, but I want to thank them for all they've done to help us get here, and we'll continue to need help to bridge the way to get to the next level, but thank you to you all. You know who you are. I know Troy touched on Tim Gasson. Boy, for those of you who know Tim, we never had a phone call under an hour. And I would bet you at least half of our phone calls were about the dream of this day happening, literally. This weekend really embodies everything that Tim cared about. U of A hockey, a new facility, and ASU. He didn't like ASU too much. So I know this would have been an incredibly special weekend. I'd be remiss if I didn't bring him up, and we miss him dearly. Also, I want to take a second here. I've got 3 of my 4 captains here present. When you get a chance, if you could stand up. What I want to say first is, boy, I mean, we've had a lot of great success on the ice the last few years, but this year particularly, the culture of my team, my group of kids, I could not be more proud of the people that I get to go to work with every day. That doesn't happen without exceptional leadership. So starting on the left here, we've got Alex Johansson. In the middle, we have Jesse Lowell. And on the end there is Matthew Hall. The missing captain is Anthony Cusinelli. He had a prior obligation today, but he certainly wishes he could be here. I could rattle off all of his awards and all that stuff, but we would be here another half hour. He is the only member in the history of our program to represent Team USA in the World University Games. This is his 5th year now, and so hopefully we can finish this for him and other 5th-year guys the right way. But very, very grateful to work with these guys, so thank you very much. I think the first thing that comes to mind for me is to whom much is given, much is expected. This is not the end of a goal. This is the beginning of a journey for us. This motivates me more. I feel like there's been a lot of unrealistic challenges that have come with this job, with the team, and we never use any of them as excuses, and we'll continue not to. But there's always been this kind of ceiling on our program that's been frustrating to overcome, and an opportunity like this removes the ceiling, and now it's time to blow the top off, and that's really where the focus is. I'm very motivated by what we can do, but I want to shift the focus, if I may, for a minute here. This is so much bigger than Wildcat hockey. This is a tremendous day for Wildcat hockey, but this is so much bigger than Wildcat hockey. I've been here for 7 years. I've gotten to know a lot of people in the community, built a lot of relationships. I understand how impactful this is on youth hockey, on men's league, on figure skating, on adaptive sports. It's just going to be incredible. It's going to change lives. I mean, what an incredible thing to say that we can do. You know, our program has been fortunate enough to be named nationally recognized for our community service 4 times in the last 5 years. This only augments our platform, gives us more opportunity to give back. And I know, you know, Frank and I, certainly we share a desire and a passion for helping others, and I know this is only going to improve and augment what we can do with that, and so I'm really, really excited about that opportunity. And, you know, it's been heartbreaking because I've gotten to know, I have a son myself, he's playing youth hockey here, and I've gotten to know so many families. Some have had to move to Phoenix. Some commute there 3-4 times a week just to skate on the ice. This is not a minor thing. This is going to change hundreds of families' lives. You've made hundreds of families' day today. And I believe that with that, we can multiply those hundreds in the future moving forward and do so much more. And that's what excites me so much about this. you know, who's to say the next Austin Matthews can't come out of Tucson, Arizona? That's a pretty cool thing to say. And what a special day for that to happen. So, again, this is the beginning of something really special. I can't say thank you enough. This is literally a dream come true. This was a thing that we had targeted from day one when I took this job. It's an honor to be your coach. It's an honor to represent this university, and we will continue to push forward to reach higher and to do big things, and hopefully we'll see you guys at the TCC this weekend. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate those words. Before we finish up and give an opportunity for questions from the media, you know, there's a lot of people to thank, and you've heard a lot of people talk about before me today, the people that have been instrumental. You all know who you are, those that have impacted this program over the years. The first 43 years of this program have been pretty amazing, right? But we're hoping that the next 43 are going to be even more unbelievable. And with your help, Mr. Knott, we think we're going to achieve that. So thank you very much. When we first started a few minutes ago, I spoke about students. And to that point, this facility will be the home, as it's been mentioned, of our men's A team, a new men's B team, a women's club team, maybe 2 women's club teams, and also for our adapted recreation opportunities. We're going to have the opportunity of a sled hockey team to be under that umbrella here at the university. That's incredibly exciting. It also will provide countless opportunities for intramural sports events, for additional clubs and student activities, and I really, really cannot wait until I see the first group of students try to do curling on the ice at this facility. Thank you all, and we'll open it up for questions if you have any questions at this point.
Hello, I'm Sebastian Janik. I'm the media representative for the UA hockey team. I just had a quick question from Mr. Knott, just to maybe get a little bit of a sense for people who haven't understood behind the scenes how this came about. Just from your perspective, why is Tucson special, and what do you think, you know, this facility, aside from what we've already discussed, will provide for not only the students of the University of Arizona, but for the entirety of the Tucson community as a whole? Thank you.
Thank you for your question, Sebastian. A little over 3 years ago, I received a call from John Moffett, the Economic Development Director of Pima County, asking whether we had mutual friends in the industry. And he asked me whether I'd be willing to come out and have a conversation with some representatives of Pima County as they were trying to figure out what to do with this 90 acres, and that they were considering putting it out for procurement. And during that trip, I saw what the county was doing. I immediately saw the opportunity for a lifestyle center that was focused on sport with all the other wonderful assets the county had. And then I actually stayed around for several days and then started making regular trips back to just understand what was possible. And I met the youth hockey directors and understood that that program had grown 350% in 5 years, that the Tucson Adult Hockey League was up 200% over the same amount of time. And then I started wandering around and meeting different people in town. And what it reminded me of, I live in the DC area half the time now. My other half of my life is here. But it reminds me of growing up in Baltimore, where it's an incredibly tight-knit community. People care for one another. They're active. They're involved in tons of different things. And right then and there, we knew, from my team, that we wanted to be a part of this procurement. And then it became just a matter of hoping that we could win it, which we were lucky enough to do. So I hope that answers your question.
Other questions from the audience? Yes.
Hi, my name is Nick Provenus. I'm with the University Communications Office. This is one for the coach, Coach Berman. What does having a dedicated facility like this mean for your player development and your program going forward?
That's a loaded question. A ton. You know, to nobody's fault of their own, the gym show's a big thing. I understand it. But when the rink comes out for that extended period of time, there's no way to replicate skating. It would be like our basketball team getting ready for 3 weeks without basketballs. It's not realistic. So it will allow us to sustain growth, to build on growth, to do more things behind the scenes. Part of this, we have a film room included with this that we'll be able to share with all of our programs. I'm hoping not only to develop our players, but coaches. I think there's a need to develop some coaching in this area. I don't mean that to be offensive. I need development too. Everybody does, but I would love to get involved with helping the coaches to grow. And I think there's so much more we can do with the youth in regard to that, and bringing them in to see our brand and to see our product. And most importantly, like I touched on, to see our kids. So these guys are role models in our community. And all these things can have a tremendous impact on kids growing up. And we take that responsibility very seriously. So in terms of development, it's a day-to-day process. This will allow us to expand on our staff. Hopefully we can get an assistant coach and other things involved with the program here for endless possibilities, honestly, and that's why it's such a loaded question.
Anyone else? Yes.
Hi, it's Scott with Ice Time Hockey Southwest. My question for you, Troy, is you talk about extra programs, men's, women's expansion. What kind of timeline, or do you have a timeline for that right now?
Yeah, it's a great question. Thanks so much for being here, by the way. Love the work that you do and follow on Twitter and everything with that. So we have started working and looking. Obviously, we're talking about starting in 24 when that starts. We'll be starting earlier than that. We need to recruit. We need to look at some coaching opportunities. We need to look at those kinds of things, and we need to understand how the administration of all this is going to work too, if it's going to be under Arizona Hockey, if it's going to be under the program that I oversee, which is Campus Recreation, and the great people on my team that do that. So I don't have specific answers to that question, although I know Jeremy and his folks have been kind of itching a little bit to get it up and to get it going. And I think we had a call, Jeremy or Shane Fossil and I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago, and he was kind of itching to get some young women here to start playing. And I said, whoa, we got to hold on a little bit. We've got a little work to do to try to get to that point. But I wish I had more definite information, but we're going to be on this in the next year, I can promise you.
Okay, another follow-up. This one is for Coach Berman. Coach, you've been in the WCHL now for the 7 years that you've been here, and you realize that you're defending champions, two-time defending champions if we take out the COVID year. How important is this to maintaining that strength?
Yeah, that's funny. I'm kind of going through that now because I'm kind of resetting my mindset on that. There's a lot of pressure when it comes to coming back as a two-time champion. Puts a bullseye in your back, and so I guess what I'm telling myself is what I'm going to tell you is I don't think it's productive to focus on the end game. I want to win everything. I mean, you just said we won 70% of games. I didn't know that. All I heard was we lost 30% of those. So it's a process and a journey, but the emphasis has to be done through process orientation. I felt the pressure coming into this year after 600 plus days off, and I think I had to look at myself and say, it can't be about making sure the outcome is what you desire. It has to be a process-oriented situation, and that's what we're going to get back to committing to do, and I think our team's committing to doing, and we're making progress in that regard. You know, I told you day one, my interview with you was in this room right next door, day one, and I told you I wanted to bring a national championship here. I have no problem publicly saying that is what I want to do. I don't see the point in not reaching for the highest of the highest. You know, I failed to think of a couple other people, our alumni, in particular Shane Fossil. There have been so many people who donate their time, commitment, and energy to this program. I don't know a better way to thank them, our 30-year season ticket holders, than to bring home a national championship to Tucson. That is very, very hard to do. We're going to need a little luck on the way, but that is my commitment and focus moving forward. We love those conference championships, but we want more.
Any other questions this afternoon? Yes.
Just one more for you, Mr. Vaughn. So it's obviously been a journey for this program from the time that Chad took over as coach, from the time that you came in as campus director of recreations. How do you think that this program and the continuation of it has set up this opportunity for the city of Tucson and for all these other teams to get access, have the ability to play under the U of A banner?
Yeah, well, great question, Sebastian. And I think we've talked this afternoon about the importance of students in general, right? And I'll go back to that, and I'll say that the students are the primary reason we're doing this. And these are students that are not only higher skilled hockey athletes, but these are sled hockey athletes. These are intramural sport athletes, which is kind of what my real job is, right? I direct people that just want to come in and work out and want to have fun. And we now have this incredible facility, Sebastian, with all of the different amenities that are going to go along with that. You know, I was talking to my wife, Teresa, who's here with us today, and I was talking about her, and I said, you know what great thing that this could be when we open this building up in 24, what a great date night for a significant other or a partner to come and ice skate in a nice, cool arena and to be a part of that. And these are students. They may not play hockey. They may not have never been to an ice hockey game. They might not even know how to skate. It doesn't matter. But the opportunity to have this available for them is quite unbelievable, and that's what we're most excited about, Sebastian. Yeah, I mean, our hockey team is incredibly successful, and we're proud of them and proud of the accomplishments that they do. But as Coach Berman said, and many others that have stood up here this afternoon said, this isn't just about ice hockey for the men. This is about students in general. That's what fires me up, and that's what excites me. Thank you. Anything else this afternoon? Wonderful. Thank you. Oh, one more, sorry.
So when can I buy my season tickets?
Thank you, Joel. Appreciate that very much. We will have that put together as soon as possible. I think we have to try to figure out where the ticket office is going to be, first of all, in the building, but we'll ease into that, so no worries. Thank you all so much for spending some time this afternoon with all of us. And again, thanks to all of our speakers, President Robbins, Dean White, Mr. Knott, Chad. We're incredibly grateful, but most of all, we're incredibly blessed that we have this opportunity, and we surely are going to take advantage of it. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful and safe weekend. Go Cats!